At the King's Daughter School Center for Autism, we serve students who are severely impacted as a result of having a diagnosis of autism. Our students at the Center for Autism tend to be low-functioning students who are both severely impaired by the autism as well as having a significant degree of intellectual disability. Typically, the students at the Center for Autism are nonverbal. Some of them can say some words. Really, none of them are truly conversational. So the students have a very high degree of need. As a result, the programming is intensively staffed, and the students receive very close supervision and structure 24 hours a day. The students do often have behavioral challenges that we're addressing through a variety of therapies, including medication management, as well as varying degrees of behavioral therapy and positive behavior supports, as well as ABA-based therapy that enables the students to make progress and to be as productive as possible. The academics are on a very low level, basically on a pre-academic level, as the students are working on using discrete trials to accomplish basic tasks, often operating on a preschool level, regardless of their age. Our students at the Center for Autism come to us from across the country and are often referred by school systems as well as individual families or consultants contacting us. So we love our students, and we're pleased to serve them and look forward to being able to talk more about the students that we can serve there. Thank you.
The Center for Autism is an educational and residential facility with the capacity to serve 20 students. We currently have 19 students living here, and we have 4 day students who access our program from about 8 to 3 o'clock each day. Overall, I would say that our mission and vision is sound proof of what our plans are for our students, and that is our desire to promote independence through educational, residential, and community services for each resident. What students learn at the Center for Autism really is based on individual goals for each student. Annually, we conduct IEP, which is an individual education program, and I ask my teachers to assess the students and identify their present levels of performance, and then we take that information and we develop goals for each student. Then in the classroom, each teacher may take responsibility for certain data points or certain goals, and then there are occasions that we work on all of the goals. All teachers work on all goals for specific students. People often ask me, well, how do you teach children at the Autism Center? Well, let me say this. We use a lot of approaches. One thing that we have recently done, probably in the last couple of years, is create a classroom model to support the learning for our students. We have 2 classrooms separated by a bathroom. On one side, we allow the teacher and another assistant to really focus on goals for the student. They can do discrete trials, they can do individual one-on-one support for that student, and really have the opportunity to give them the attention they need without a lot of interruption. And on the other side, we still have direct care staff working with students, but they are reinforcing a lot of the goals that we've identified for the students. And that is all under the direction of the teacher. For example, if they feel like a child is working on matching or put-ins, then they're going to create tasks to reinforce that specific goal. We use a lot of ABA strategies, and we also use the TEACH model out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Very structured teaching. Many of these kids have to have lots of visuals. So I tell people we use multiple approaches and strategies to meet their needs and to help them learn. I would also say at the end of the day, we are primarily a behavior program. So we have to take that into great consideration when we're trying to plan for our students. We use work boards for many of our students, and they will determine on the front at the beginning of the day what they're working for. Some students are highly motivated by technology, others want food, some want individual time with certain people. Or certain activities like riding bikes. I mean, there are some multiple ways that we do reinforce. There's also different approaches. I may have one student who can complete 4 tasks in a setting. I may have one that could do 6, 2, all the way up to 8. We typically do not do more than 8 tasks in one setting. And our purpose in that is not only to reinforce, but to keep them established with their task duration to make sure that they can maintain for that period of time, therefore seeing definitely a decrease in behaviors. But we constantly are reinforcing, doing preference assessments and determining exactly what is motivating to that student. And I would tell you at the Center for Autism, that is our primary goal, is to make sure that we are motivating them in a way that they will want to learn and that they will want to complete the task. I'm going to talk a little bit about the residential setting next. At 3 p.m. each afternoon, our residents transition to the floors. Once they're on the floors, they have visual schedules outlining what the activities for the afternoon or night are going to be. That varies from floor to floor as we allow residential leaders to have a little say-so, obviously, in what they have planned for the students. Some students may go directly to leisure activities, which could include technology, watching movies, maybe just playing with preferred activities and toys and interacting with other residents on the floor. Others may be having shower time and working on self-help skills like how to brush their teeth, working on their toileting habits, washing hands, those types of things that we feel are extremely important for our students. Around 4:30, the dinner schedule starts, and we have the kids come down to eat dinner. Third floor comes down at 4:30, and then second floor comes down at 5 o'clock. Once they're back up on the floors, goal work, leisure, or the showers continue, again depending on what's been done and what their schedule looks like for the night. Around 7:30, they come back down to the cafeteria to have a bedtime snack, and also if they're taking meds, that's their last med pass for the night. And then they're back up to the floors. Once on the floor, that's the time to brush teeth. Students or residents are then directed to go to their rooms to start prepping and kind of settling in for the night schedule. I would say the majority of our residents are asleep or definitely in bed by 8 or 8:30 each night. We are extremely excited about the recent changes and addition to our leadership team at CFA. Stephanie Cruz has come on board as our residential director, and this has allowed us to move Tamara Polisi to the residential activities coordinator. and we feel like that's one of the most promising things we've done in a while. Tamara is here on Saturdays and Sundays, and she coordinates activities for our students for the weekend. Those activities may include swimming, sensory activities, holiday-themed activities, food choice activities, and when we're doing food choice, we're really trying to expose our students to more healthier choices, such as fruit and vegetables and things like that, to give them that exposure in hopes that they'll choose some healthier choices. They also may get to go to movies, hiking. Water play on our playground is very, very popular at the moment. Before the COVID pandemic, we were able to take our students to a lot of events, even off campus. Currently, we are doing everything on campus, and we are so fortunate to have our playground. The playground provides a great place for the students to do water play, as well as there's play equipment out there, a pavilion. There's just a lot of areas set up that the students can have activities here at CFA without having to go anywhere. And so we're really hoping that once this pandemic is over, that we'll be able to resume activities off campus in the near future.